Next topic, Lavelle, the Lynx. You were there Tuesday night. Lynx even the series against Connecticut 1-1, going back to Connecticut now for game 3 of that best of 5 on Friday. Lynx are 3-1 in the playoffs, swept Phoenix. Much different series against Connecticut. Body of work, what we've seen for 40 regular season games and now 4 playoff games. Does this team have enough, A, to get past Connecticut, and B, to win their 5th WNBA championship against what looks to be an unstoppable New York team right now that's on the verge of knocking out Las Vegas, the 2-time defending champs?
Well, first of all, I'm going to raise my chair up here a little bit because I'm getting tired of you looking down on me. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, I think the Lynx, actually, Tuesday night's victory over Connecticut was impressive in that Napheesa Collier was not a force. She only scored 9 points, and she's definitely the focal point of the Sun team. Napheesa's, she noticed that. She figured it out, and she moved the ball when she had to. When she was double teamed, she passed out of the post. And give Connecticut credit. They tried to throw different looks. There were times where they were ready to double her in the post. There were other times where they left her single cover. And there were times where they had guards covering her, and the Lynx were like, okay, that's to our advantage, because her fadeaway jumper is beautiful, and that just was like a layup for her. So, and the other players hit shots. McBride showed up a couple of times. Bridget Carlton showed up a couple of times, and Courtney Williams, who had shot terribly last 2.5, the last 2 games, exploded in the third quarter. So when you're able to win a game in that way, playing the same style that your opponent's playing, that says a lot about what you are as a club. And that is going to serve them very well going forward here for the rest of the postseason. I believe they have every chance of winning the title. I know the marquee matchup is going on right now between New York and Las Vegas. But the Lynx have beaten both those teams. They've gone to New York and beaten New York. They've gone to New York and beaten the Liberty. So I don't think they backed on any challenge. I was really impressed because I went to shoot around yesterday morning to talk to Courtney Williams, which ended up being the greatest sports writing move ever.
Love that. I love when it works out like that.
Oh, so because I'll tell you what, halftime, Kent Youngberg, our beat writer, is like, boy, your Williams angle doesn't look good right now, And then right after the game, he walks into the meeting room. Man, you got the greatest angle of this game today. He just changed the half. So, but I saw how loose they were and how funny and how much fun they were having and how they were joining each other's company. And I was like, I don't see any stress level here. Okay, all right, let's see how this plays out tonight. And we saw what happened.
Yeah, I think if there's a concern, right, it's like the Lynx are built a certain way, and it's served them very well this year. Napheesa Collier is their star. They have one star. They have other really good players, McBride, other people that step up at different times, but they have one star, and that is Napheesa Collier. And so if a team devises a scheme where they say, okay, we're going to try to take this player away, go ahead and all of your role players, go ahead and try to beat us. That's a harder way to win than someone trying to play you straight up. And if Connecticut has the firepower to do that, have the scheme to do that, I think it means that, A, they're going to need players to step up like they just had, like Courtney Williams did this in this most recent game. Bridget Carlton did a couple times, like you said. Or the Lynx have to figure out a way to get Napheesa Collier going, to get away from whatever Connecticut's trying to do to them, because I don't know if they can win 2 out of the next 3 with Collier being so muted in what she's able to do, like, 3 of 14. Some of that's just she's missed a few shots she probably makes, but you can't have her scoring 9 points in these next 3 games and expect to win the series.
The thing, pregame, Cheryl Reeve was saying that expect to see a more assertive Fee, but I think once the game started, she realized it was hard to do just because of how she was being played, and to her credit, she didn't try to force things, and it worked out. To me, Connecticut is a solid team. They got 2 dangerous players, Alyssa Thomas and Marina Mabry. Those are the inside-outside threat from those 2 are lethal. I really think Maisha Hines-Allen, her acquisition has been huge for the Lynx. She gives them a physical presence down low. She can give them some post scoring. And when they get into games that are bumping and grinding like this, it's right up her alley. And so I think they got the pieces to do this. And I agree with you. You can't have Fee scoring 9 points every postseason game.
It's fun playoff basketball, though. I mean, this is old school basketball. This is a lot of physicality, a lot of chirping back and forth. You saw Mabry going at it in the third quarter. Like it's been fun. I think these next three, it feels like we're destined to go 5 in this one at the very least.
I agree, and I'm sorry to bring all the Chicago analogies out there because that's where I was born and raised. But looking at this was a little bit of Bulls Pistons to me, how it was going. Now it hasn't been really anything super flagrant in this series. There was with the Mercury series when Sophie Cunningham clobbered Bridget Carlton and knocked her to the ground, but it hasn't been that bad here. Although Kaylin McBride's shoulder shove into Mabry was noticeable. So they're dishing it and they're taking it. And as long as they don't mind playing that way, it's going to be entertaining for us. And I will say this overall, I'm not surprised because the WNBA is a very physical league. It's more physical than you think it is. And so when you get into the postseason, the referees do not want to be the show. So except for one weird stretch in the third quarter, they kept their whistles in their pockets or out of their mouths. And so we're going to see more of this.